Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine, here with the R Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. So I am back with several different prophetic messages. Please keep in mind all of these messages may not resonate with you, but just take the ones that do and leave the rest that don't. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the message. Okay. So first of all, I want to make you aware of God is revealing to some of you at this time some things that maybe that you didn't necessarily know about people within your vicinity. It could be people at your workplace, could be people in your neighborhood, could be people, places that you go, places that you eat. In a sense, God is going to reveal, if he hasn't already revealed it, he's going to start revealing to you, these people's intentions in a sense. Okay. So be mindful of that. And some of you are going to realize that these people didn't necessarily have good intentions. Okay. So sometimes it's not the things that people do, but it's their intentions behind the things that they do. Okay. So the next message I received was, oh, bear with me. Okay, so the next message I received was, you know how like you're in school and they have like ROTC in a sense, okay? And they have like the different branches of the military, I guess, that try to, coerce the kids into signing up for, their little military programs. So I got that it came through kind of like this, because it was a situation of some of your kids, and please speak to your kids. If that's not something that they're particularly interested in, be mindful, because I know sometimes I had experienced this myself as well too, where these people are at the school, they have their little what do they call them? I'm not sure what they call when they come and they perform, and they don't perform, but they kind of, I don't know if it's a trailer or something like that. I forgot what they called it, but it's basically when they come up, they show all the different technical support and stuff that their different branches have, and kind of like the things that they do, and that's just their way of trying to woo in the kids in a sense. Okay, so if your child hasn't necessarily said that that was something that they was interested in, be mindful and just have a conversation with your kids. And the reason why I say this, because there may be some people who may want to sign up for it, and that's fine, and there may be some who may not be even interested in it, but I just figured I would let you know, because I see the slick side of some of the things that these schools do. Okay. So these people set up shops inside these schools in a sense as a way to kind of coerce the kids in. Okay. But I say all that to say in so many words, just speak to your child and let them know, hey, you don't have to sign up for anything. Don't sign your name on any pieces of paper that they are asking you to do. Even if it's part of your classroom activity, you have the choice of declining that. You do not have to type your name or your information into their because that's what they're trying to do, is retrieve information. So you don't have to, remind your kids that they don't have to type their name up in their, little laptop or tablet or whatever it is they're trying to get people to sign up on, in a sense. Remind them that they can refuse that. Okay. Because again, that's just some things that some of the people within the school systems are doing, but parents aren't necessarily aware that they're doing this. So kids unawarely just kind of sign up because they thinking that these are adults speaking to them. So therefore, if they thinking that these adults are going to necessarily lead and guide them in the right direction, and remember, it's your intention behind what you do. Okay, so if you're not being upfront and honest of the reason why you're doing this, in a sense, and not everybody is going to be. So I say all that to say, again, just remind your children that they don't have to put their name into anything, because if not, you're going to start getting unwanted calls that you don't necessarily want. Okay. Anyway, so it came through as if it was like someone of like ROTC or something of that nature was kind of like saying something that kind of, it could come off kind of threatening, or it could come off in a way of just, hey, like you could help your parents pay their mortgage, in a sense, because it came through kind of like that, like in some sort of way saying that, if you didn't do this or if you didn't do that, it's almost like telling their children that their parents are going to lose their mortgage, in a sense. Okay. So that's just something to be aware of, so that way the kids will know in advance that, again, they don't have to sign up. I don't care if it's their teacher. I don't care if it's their principal. I don't care who it is. They do not have to sign up for something that they do not want to sign up for, or put their name on anything. Okay. Anyway, I'm just letting you know, because kids do have choices and they have options. The school make them think that it is one way, it's their way or the highway. Okay. And it's not. They have choices. They can either sign up for it if they choose to, or they cannot sign up for it. They cannot sign up for it, excuse me, if they choose not to. But I just want them to know that they have choices. Anyway, so this next message came through of somebody is really in need of nurturing. Okay. Just when I say really in need of nurturing, they really want to be nurtured right now. Okay. And So some of you are finding that needs are really feeling like you want to be nurtured right now. That's all I can say. And this other dream that I had as well too, some of you guys should be mindful of people trying to, whether they're physically trying to come into your home or whether they're spiritually trying to come into your home. And I say all that to say, let's just say if you had a dream, someone was in your house in a sense, believe that. Don't dismiss it, okay? Because that's God trying to give you information that maybe you weren't necessarily aware of while you are awake in your walk of life, okay? But when you are sleeping and, your subconscious is sleeping in a sense, he's revealing to you what is actually transpiring even throughout the day, even though if this is something that you can't necessarily see with your physical eye in your home. So energetically is what I'm trying to say. Somebody could be in your home who is not supposed to be there. So pay attention to that as well too, okay? This next message came through as something to be aware of. Some of you guys could be dealing with situations of, let's just say, loved ones that could be possibly experiencing something. I say all that to say it could be situations that's making them uncomfortable, but these situations are making them uncomfortable for a particular reason, because basically God is basically trying to get them to purge staying stuck in a old mindset, okay? So I say all that to say, if you think of a box, so many people have been putting themselves inside of a box, inside of a mental prison, because they feel like and they move like in a way that society has taught them, and they don't realize because they don't know any better. They think that because the way that they have been moving all throughout their life, if this is the way that they're supposed to move, okay? And I'm here to tell you that, as I said before, there's always choices. It's a matter between balance in the physical world as well as the spiritual world. So therefore, if so many people have allowed themselves to be stuck inside the box, it's like you can't go anywhere else. Where God is trying to get you to think outside the box, so that way that you know that there's infinite information, infinite, so much more than what you could really experience with being inside this box. So some of you are going to have to learn how to get out of your own way. And I say all that to say that the sooner you do it, the better off you'll be, okay? And I say right now, we're coming up into June. So remember, that clock is ticking. So I say all that to say that, times when, certain you guys were supposed to be learning certain lessons by certain time frames. So I say all that to say that you can even continue to try to control, or you can release control in a sense and trust the unknown, okay? So I know sometimes it can be hard of charting in uncharted territory in a sense, but if you just trust the process, I'm here to tell you, I've charted in uncharted territory, and I'm not gonna lie, it was honestly, I was more open to it. Let me say that. I feel like I was more open to it in a sense, and I just had to kind of trust myself and trust that I know that the Most High was leading and guiding me. So, that's all I can say, but if any of you guys need help or assistance on your journey with that situation, you can feel free to book a service with me. I have a consultant service, or I have Reiki service that will help you to basically raise your vibrations, to help your, clear out any uncluttered or any limited lack mindset that you may be having, so that way that you can trust yourself a little bit more, okay? With the Reiki session. And the consultant service would just be basically, me kind of figure out what's going on with you, so that way I can kind of show you ways of things that I've kind of had to navigate through, okay? So that way you can come out on top. Anyway, so yeah, that's something to be mindful of. But again, some people are charting in uncharted territory right now, because it's basically like God is really trying to bring to their awareness the way they have been operating. They can't operate that way any longer. And I got a headache as I just said that. So God is really trying to, and it's not even my headache, to be honest with you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. It's becoming a headache to some of you guys, okay? That just came from out of nowhere. So it's becoming a headache to some of you guys in a sense, to the point that it's really wearing and tearing on your body mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So it's almost like, and I had a dream a couple of weeks ago where it was showing me like some people are hitting a brick wall, meaning like there's nowhere else to go. So once you hit a brick wall, that's it. So I say all that to say that, all that running and fighting and resisting and trying to have control over what you do, is almost like that's coming to an end. So therefore, if you're going to have to make a different choice in order to get different results, period. Even if you're fearful for something, you guys can go over to TikTok. I just did a video on charting in uncharted territory in a sense. But basically, whatever it is that you're fearing, when you step outside that box and conquer whatever it is that you are feeling, you're going to find yourself being so much liberated. It's going to be like weights and weights and weights and weights lifted up off your shoulder, okay? And you're going to realize that, damn, I should have just did that some time ago. Because as I said, you are your own worst enemy in a sense, and you keep yourself within this mental prison, okay? Sometimes not nobody else, not saying that people don't project, but you, okay? Because you have the choice to stay there, or you have the choice to see yourself outside of there. This is something to be aware of as well too. So some people, let me see. Okay, so this is something to be aware of too. You guys got to learn how to, and again, if this is something that you need assistance on, I can help assist you on this journey. This is stuff that I had to do along the way as well too. So there could be people who are psychics who could be looking into your life, okay? And usually it's said that you have to usually give someone permission. So whether you have had an interacting with this person or whether this person is crossing spiritual boundaries in a sense, okay? But people are trying to see your moves in a sense, okay? And this is something that you guys are going to have to be mindful of, because what just came to my mind is you're going to have to really be cautious of the way that you eat, okay? If we eat like shit, we feel like shit. A lot of these fast food restaurants, it's like eating trash. I can't tell you this enough. This has been coming to me all week. I don't eat out. So I'm just telling you what I feel like I'm being guided to say. You have to be mindful of the food that you are eating. I understand that you want to, some of you guys are making money to the point you want to eat like kings. And some of the point you don't realize, but eating this way, remember, eating this way is not necessarily healthy, okay? And I say all that to say because your health is your wealth. So if your health starts to decline, that's your wealth going down the drain right there. So it's going to be important for you to remember you are what you eat. So if you eat healthy and eat right, you're going to get those high vibration from those foods that are of high vibration. If you eat in trashy food, you're going to feel trashy, okay? And I know as good as food smell, I know as good as the name sounds, as, things that has been around for years of places of, oh my God, I got to go get this, or oh my God, I got to go get that. I've learned to make, oh my God, that right at home in my own house, and it be just as good. What I know, my intentions were pure. I know my hands were clean. And I know that I wasn't wishing nothing but love into my food. And that's something you guys have to remember. Okay, I did a video on this 2 weeks ago, I believe, where it was talking about God's talking about any of those restaurants that, even if they don't have drive-through windows, but he was giving me a representation of those restaurants that have drive-through windows. In a sense, like the food was shit, okay? Shit, I just have to say it, it's shit. Okay, because there was a bathroom right next to the drive-through window while somebody was taking a poop. And that's what God was letting me know. The food was shit, okay? So you can continue to eat that way, or you can continue to, again, do things in your own house and make those food taste just as good as you be getting from outside, okay? Anyway, so this is another message, and I'm almost done. So this message came through last night, and it came through of some of you black men. You guys are going to run into some foreign women, okay? And I'm just giving you the heads up now. Take it how it resonates. Be mindful, because I saw that these foreign women's was kind of provoking in a way. Provoking you out of your comfort zone. Provoking you in a way that their intentions weren't necessarily good. So Divine Spirit Light is giving me this message as the way to give you a warning, in a sense of, just be mindful of this, because it could be in a way that these foreign women could be coming off and pulling. It's almost like, how can I say it? It's almost like, it's sad to say, but somebody has the mindset of like, yeah, like, and this is just an example, okay? Like, yeah, like if you don't do this, then you don't love me. So in other words, I just heard they come from an unhealthy mindset. So therefore, if somebody is speaking to them in a disrespectful way, if somebody's treating them in a disrespectful way, and if they have no self-value or no self-love in a sense, it's almost like they expect you to treat them like shit in a sense, because that's what they're used to operating off of. If that makes sense, okay? And I'm not saying that applies to everyone. I'm just saying, and this is not a message for everyone. This is a message for someone or a group of people, for those of you who could be possibly dealing with women outside of your own particular race, okay? So be mindful of that. Like I said, it's almost like she was trying to provoke you in a sense, because she was walking, she was walking ahead, and the way I saw it was she was walking in front, letting me know that she was kind of controlling the situation, and the black man was kind of lingering behind her in a sense, as a way to, dangle a carrot in a sense. So be mindful of that in a sense. And again, if that's something that you guys need assistance with or help with, feel free to reach out and go to my website. I'll be more than happy to help. Okay. Anyway, so with that being said, the next message I received was, someone is wanting certain people to hurry up and get out of certain positions because it's almost like they've been doing more damage than good, period. And I'm gonna leave that one there. And then the next message I have, which is the last one, is like somebody was at a bar type, maybe restaurant, I don't know. And it's almost like a person was kind of showing them how to pick up people. And I'm going to say this in a form of whether it's a woman doing this or whether it's a man doing this, just showing them how to, I guess, how to get out of their comfort zone a little bit. And that's just the way I saw it. So for some people, it may not go so well. That's all I'm going to say. And for others, it may, you don't know, but basically it's almost like kind of going with the flow. Okay. So, I will say this, because for some people, I kept hearing the song this week, and the song was, by Shirley Caesar, God is a God who cannot lie. And it just kept singing, God keeps his promises. God keeps his promises. God keeps his promises. So you guys can go listen to that song. But anyway, again, it's by Shirley Caesar, God keeps his promises. Somebody needs to hear that. And it was saying that God is not a God who cannot lie. Maybe some of you need to hear that, let it sink into your spirit so it'll help you renew your mindset. But let me give you the couple of scriptures that I have real quick, okay? So this one is, I received this one the other day. It was Proverbs 31:10 in Proverbs 31:27 through 28, okay? It says, an excellent wife who can find, she is far more precious than jewel. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. I just said, and I don't even remember what the scripture said. I just talked about eating from other people, okay? Her children raised up and call her blessed, okay? Her husband also, and he praises her, okay? So I don't know who needs to hear that message, but like I said before, she doesn't eat bread of idleness, okay? So therefore, just out here letting any and everybody feed her in a sense, okay? Let me say this. For some of you guys, you need to understand, there's so many people that's moving in a way that okay, never mind. Let me just say this. So let me say this. If someone is a high statue, if someone is a king or a queen, you're not going to allow a peasant off the street to feed you. You're not going to allow anybody to just hand you anything, okay? Because they could be handing you fried rat, okay? You're not going to just allow anybody. You're not just going to accept eating from any and everybody. I don't care who it is. It could be your own people, okay? It can be anybody of any type of race. I don't care. You're just going to be mindful of who you're getting your food from, and you're going to be mindful of who you're not allowing to feed you, okay? Especially when you're not feeling well. If you don't feel well, you really should not be letting other people feed you, period, okay? Period, because you don't know what type of intentions that they're feeding you. I just felt the need to say that. Why? I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear that, but anywho. So this, before I get ready to go, let me give you this other one. Hold on. The other one was Zephaniah 3:17. It says, the Lord your God is in the midst. Okay. And I just said earlier that God keeps his promises, right? A mighty one who will save. He will rejoice over you. Rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you with his love. He will exalt over you with loud singing. Okay. I'm telling you, some of you guys, you just don't know. But when you get out of your own way, God is going to be like, he's going to be singing and dancing, and you're going to be singing and dancing yourself too, because you was like, damn, I wasted all this time doing this, and I could have did that shit a long time ago, okay? Anyway, so let me give you the scripture for today that came through. This is James 3:17 through 18. It says, but the wisdom from above is first pure, okay? Then peaceable, gentle, love, to reason, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial, and sincere. You hear that? And sincere, meaning it's coming from the heart. It's not somebody out here trying to take your money. It is not somebody out here trying to, basically want you to buy from them and they have hidden agendas. God, just solely what God is offering you, it's free. All you got to do is just surrender and give your time and energy to him and stop giving it to these people out here who are not worthy of it. Period. Okay? That's all I got to say. So anyway, righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. For those of you who need to make peace with your past, all I'm saying is when you get out of your own way and step outside of that box and stop letting the jealousy, the envy, the anger, the resentment, the shame, the guilt, and all of that run your life and keep you in a mental prison. So if there's some of you that need to apologize about something, your best bet is to just go on and apologize, okay? Put your pride aside, put your ego to the side, and I'm telling you, just apologize to whoever it is that you need to apologize to and make peace with the situation, because that's the only way that you're going to find yourself being free, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to end it there, and I wish you all much love, much light, and if you need some help with that on your journey, feel free to book a service with me, and I'll help you to get where it is that you need to go, okay? So I wish you much love and much light. Bye.